Hi, I'd like to welcome you to Be Free. The channel is dedicated to everything related to living a life where you are free. The topic today is around when is it time to leave your job, or when is it a good time to start a business? You may already be dreaming about starting a business or thinking about being more independent and not relying so much on an employer. And I think if anything we have learned in the past couple of years, especially with what happened in 2020, that we are on our own really. And the great resignation has shown, I think, tipped the tables a bit for employers to even know that the employee does have a say in where you work, when you work, what type of work you're engaging in. I am here to encourage you. I have started multiple businesses. I have spent the majority of my career in corporate America. However, in 2015, I left kind of for the final goodbye from the golden handcuffs. So full of gratitude for being brave enough to take that step. I've started businesses with very little cash input, which is very doable, and also have had the opportunity to have a startup with investors. My encouragement to you is be true to yourself. Stick around to the end of the video because I've got some tools and resources that I have put together to help make it easier for you to transition into your own business. I know that many people dream about having their own business and just don't know where to start. There are tools from what I learned along the way. And I've, through trial and error, learned a lot of things, and am happy to share those things with you, from coming up with a winning business idea, how you find your customers, how you price yourself. There's a business startup blueprint that includes all the steps that you will take as you're getting started. There are various different types of business options. I think at this point that having multiple streams of income and not relying and putting all of your eggs in one basket is a wise thing to do. Many people, I think, who either were shut down with their role not being considered essential during the window of the lockdown period, never were able to return to their role. And if they did, it is different, or they decided not to return, and those that are still there working have had to pick up the slack for the people that have quit and moved on. There are so many ways that you can make money without just a traditional job. Have way more autonomy over your time, what you do, how you do it, who you work with, and what type of work you do. So I'm here as an encouragement that it is possible and you can start your own business and be successful. If you're still employed, take advantage of the fact that you still have a paycheck coming in. You may have heard of the latest trend called the quiet quit, where instead of going for employee of the month or whatever next promotion you would be up for, you show up when you're expected to be there, do what you're expected to do, and leave when your time is over. And don't take work home, don't take on extra projects. Be true to yourself and take that extra energy to work on the things that you are going to want to work on to get your own business started. I really think the trend of the future is that we are going to be way more autonomous. If you look at the number of businesses that are starting, and I looked recently at the trend of successful startups, and the number has actually improved in terms of the number of businesses that start and actually succeed. So I encourage you to go for it. Don't hold back. Starting a new business can be hard work. Initially, it takes effort to get it started. And working in a job you hate is hard. So choose your hard. I would prefer to start my own endeavor, which I've done multiple times throughout my career. And I'm just so grateful to be more autonomous and have more control over when I work, how much I work, who I work with, have more of a say in what I'm doing and how I am earning money. So I encourage you, if you look in the description box below, there are links to businessstartupinabox.com. There's some resources that are free that you can take advantage of, getting clear on what you want. First thing you need to do is just be really clear on what do you want to be doing with your time? Like, how do you want to be spending your your days and your weeks. It's ludicrous when you take a new role that you step into that job knowing you're going to be working in most cases 50 to 51 weeks with 1 week vacation. And you're going to be asking permission whether you can take that time, what kind of personal days you can take off. I mean, it just looking at the programming of how we're kind of steered into traditional employment, it just really doesn't give us much flexibility. And if we're planning to wait until retirement to do the things that we want to do, I'll say for myself, I've lived in multiple places. I mean, I've lived in the Caribbean, I've lived in Hawaii, New York, the West Coast, San Diego, Southern California, and living in just one place and anticipating that you're going to wait till retirement to experience the rest of the world is another form of putting all your eggs in one basket. Because what if you don't make it? What if you don't get there? Which I don't mean that to be in a morbid sense, but just taking back more control over how you're doing the work you're doing and what you're doing. Is it work you're passionate about? Making sure that that's part of your criteria. So again, if you like this content, please hit the like button and share it. If you know someone else who is thinking about leaving the role they're in, want to start a business, just don't know what steps to take first, and take advantage of the things that I put together, because I've taken all the learnings that I've had over the time I've been in solo startup businesses, as well as the corporate experience. I was a segment manager for business startups early in my career. So I learned how businesses start and successful businesses as I was working with Entrepreneur Magazine and Success Magazine. And I have bundled all of that along with all the other experience I've had now with multiple startups myself, and have put it together to help others who want to be out of the rat race, out of a 9-to-5 job, and more into your own freedom and defining how you're making money on your own terms. So I wish you all the best. And again, go down below in the links and take advantage of the content that I've posted there. And I'll be posting more videos and more content on the various topics that you need to be thinking about as you're starting a new business.